Welcome to Open Pike Night, the Strange New Worlds podcast where your calls are the prime directive. I'm your host, John T. Bolds, here tonight with another installment of Strange New Words, where we talk with writers about the episodes of Strange New Worlds. Tonight we have Kathryn Lyn and Dana Horgan, the writers behind A Space Adventure Hour. Before we dive into this love letter to Star Trek, let me introduce you to my co-host, the man who can solve any mystery as long as it's full of references to mystery books he's already read, host of Green Shirt and Newbies Trek for the Next Generation, Cameron Harrison.
They don't call me Hardy Boy Harrison for nothing. No one calls me that.
And unfortunately, Jesse could not be here tonight, probably because we suspect he's off pitching a Western to an ailing movie studio. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our conversation, which just kind of started. So here we go. Enjoy Kat and Dana on the Open Pike Night stage. Are we ready? You guys have any questions before we get started?
Well, wait, now that I know we're on video, I'm like, can you see all my like weird office stuff behind me?
I'm loving it all.
It's wonderful.
I know. I think that's
backlit,
the point.
the art.
Although you do have a whiteboard, so I don't know if there's.
I know. I'm like making sure.
Are you kidding? That's writer stuff.
Yeah, but making sure there's nothing written on it that you
true.
shouldn't.
Like, here's my pilot.
Yeah.
Pitch it to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm probably okay.
Two questions to give you a heads up on. We ask you your favorite line from the episode. So if you just kind of want to marinate on that, we'll ask that at the end.
This episode?
This episode.
Yes.
Well, we don't remember this episode. We've done so many episodes since this one.
Oh man.
We're in season 5, guys.
Yeah.
I know.
Let me. I'm like seriously gonna bring up the script.
I'm
Please.
gonna bring up this script.
I
mean, I think I have mine, but it's just because it's gonna be a gimmick anyway.
wait. You have yours? Hang on. I don't have one.
Mm,
Wait. We can't start yet. What episode was this?
304.
304.
I have 2.
We really have done like too
One's
many.
a real line. One's not a real line.
That's fine. And that's people have had not real lines too. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Or deleted lines. Those are my favorites.
I was gonna say, you don't remember what made the cut.
I don't remember either. I know. I'm looking at the script. Remember, we had really good Mbenga stuff that didn't
Ooh.
make the cut.
Please use those.
man.
Oh yeah, we did. We had a whole. I mean, Amelia Moon's name wasn't even Amelia Moon in the first
I know.
draft. So
Yeah.
like,
Actually, Chrissy talked about that in Vegas, actually. It was something Jupiter or...
Jenny
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
That's right.
didn't clear. There's a real Jenny Jupiter out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she would have sued us, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. We don't know who she is. I'm sure she's lovely.
Sure, she's fantastic. She might not be litigious. We're not sure. We didn't want to risk it.
And then the one other thing, if you're game, we do love to ask for a one-word tease from the upcoming season. So just one word from season 4 that doesn't
I mean,
spoil anything.
My word's already been spoiled. Thanks, Comic-Con. Yeah,
Oh.
whatever.
What was season 4?
Puppets. It was puppets.
Ah.
Right.
That word might have been more spoilery than we were looking for, but yes.
I mean, it's not spoilery now.
No.
Thanks, Comic-Con.
True. Yeah.
Holding on to that all year.
Oh, man.
Well, we've all been ever since Akiva
I know.
teased it.
Did he just tell you everything? Did he just like pitch every episode to you guys?
Sadly, no.
Yeah, we kept trying to get him to, but not so much.
Kat, I don't remember what happened in season 4.
I don't either. I'm still looking through the season 3 script to try to remember any lines, because I feel like we also were throwing out random lines on set, and I liked some of those.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be in the script because we
That-
just like
that
we
counts.
just throw
That will
things
count.
out. Yeah, but I don't remember
any-
what they are
Oh.
now.
Ah.
Well, we have a conversation to help jog your memory coming up.
Oh my god, this whole conversation, I'm just going to be reading the script in my side window here, trying to remember.
Is this indicative of what the writing room is like?
Yes. You
Yes.
can't remember anything.
Kathryn just over on the side, flipping through previous scripts.
She's like, what show are we on again?
What are we talking about?
I mean, you have to remember, Kat worked on like 18 Star Trek shows at the same time.
I'm like, so I pitched that Boimler and Mariner
And
fall
then
through
suddenly,
portal, and then it happened.
Boimler and Mariner show up on our show.
Probably just because I kept messing up and pitching Lower Decks things, because my brain was still over there. I did have like another screen open of Lower Decks while I was on Strange New Worlds.
This is amazing. I love
Yeah, I
it.
know. I almost don't want to go to our outline now, but I'll get us
Please go to the
started.
outline. Give us structure. We need structure.
I'll get us started. Well, I mean, just going back to the beginning, like I could see a lot of different pitches being the kernel of this episode that then coalesced. So can you tell us about the birth of what became a Space Adventure Hour?
God, it started, I think, because Dana and I both love Last of Sheila.
Yeah.
I think that was, I'm trying to remember going way back.
No, that's a good place to start. We said murder mystery, and then murder mystery became holodeck murder mystery. And then Last of Sheila hung around for a long time. A very long time.
I watched that movie in preparation for talking because we did an episode on like murder mysteries. We're like, we know one's coming. It's so good.
It's a great movie. Holds up. It's fantastic.
I'll have to check it out. I had zombies for my assignment, so yeah.
There are no zombies in The Last of Sheila. For Sondheim to have written a zombie movie. What would that have been like?
And so then how did the Trek pastiche come in?
I think
we've been through it. We went through it.
Wow, this has taken us. Okay, guys, we have to first. I'm going to preface one thing. Like between the first version of this episode and the final version of this episode was this little thing called the writers and actors strike. So it went through a little bit of an evolution. We had some thoughts on the writer's strike that we wanted to talk about. So that kind of it didn't dictate where we went. But there had been this other.
It kind of did.
It poked in. It's like, hey, we got some thoughts on the industry. But there was this other idea for a completely different episode. I think a bunch of us had recently watched, and this is going back for the very beginning when we were coming up with ideas. So this had nothing to do with the holodeck murder mystery. It's a completely different idea. But a bunch of us had watched The Offer, the Godfather show on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
And loved this idea. And I think it was Akiva's idea of doing like a Star Trek The Offer, like where it is like real. And we couldn't, it didn't make it up on the board. But when Kat and I were trying to find a new way around the murder mystery, and this was post-strike, it sort of was like, hey, but what if we did it but didn't do it? What if we did it but it wasn't real, if that makes sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Kat, am I making sense?
You're making sense.
Okay.
You're making, like, we were talking a lot about just the importance of art and the importance of television and the escape that it can give you.
Yeah.
And, our feelings on maybe producers or studios who aren't necessarily embracing the art as much as we had hoped they would. And so that kept coming up when we were just bouncing ideas generally in the room. And we had a very different version of this script before. This script has had several iterations.
There were several different, you know what? Basically what we'll say is there could be a lot of different Amelia Moon mysteries because there were a lot of different mysteries that this was.
Yes.
There are other versions that this script was before it landed on 1960s Hollywood.
Yeah.
And just like Kat was saying, we had a lot of thoughts about the importance of art. Look, the strike really sort of, at least for us, I think pulled into focus, like remembering why we do this, but more importantly, why we're fans of television and art and movies and books and what it means to us, and the idea of cheapening that and how we don't want to cheapen that and how it changes lives. And specifically, I mean, we get to play in the Star Trek universe, how much Star Trek itself means to people and changes lives. And we really wanted to find a way to say something about that, coming out of this sort of dark time for our industry that was the strikes, about the hope of what we get when we turn on our TV screens and what we get when we sit down in a dark movie theater with our fellow fans who are looking for, and our fellow audience members and our fellow humans who are looking for something that can be provided by art. So I think that's sort of where a lot of this came from.
Okay. And
also, like, we like to make fun of ourselves. We like insider Hollywood stuff.
That's a great lead into our next question. Like, this is both a love letter to and a send up of Star Trek. How did you find the right balance so that it never felt like you were being mean to Star Trek or the people involved with it?
That was a line. There was a lot of debate there, I'll say, on if what was too much, what was too little, and a lot of magic was done in editing and just honestly just watching how much is too much, and do we need more, do we need less, and finding, because I mean, I have like Star Trek tattoos. Like since I was a kid, like Star Trek's been my whole life. Like I would never want to, and this was always my plea, like I would never be involved in something that makes fun of Star Trek. It's part of why I really love Lower Decks too, because it's a love letter to Star Trek. Even when it is poking fun at some of the tropes, it's all done from a place of true love. Right. And so it was just like, this is a fine line of like, yeah, yes. Guys, is that too much? Like, can we just maybe cut back a little bit? And then, let's add a little bit more in.
And that was, I mean, I think that was something that everybody was very conscious of throughout the entire, from script to shooting to editing to marketing. Like it was very much, we have to follow this line. We don't want to cross, we don't want to cross the line. Like it is a love letter. Like that is always our guiding light for this episode and for many things that we do on this show, I think. Right, Kat?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It felt like the Ahura's or the character she plays in the holodeck, her speech did a lot to be like, this is what it's all about, guys.
Yeah, that was, yes, that is intentional. That like how much, because you also don't want to not go for it. Like you don't want to water it if you're doing the last frontier, like you don't want to water it down. You want it to live in its sort of parody. But then how can you make sure that you're going full circle in the episode where it's you were laughing over here and it felt a little bit like mocking over here. But this whole time we were trying to get you to remember how much you love these things.
Well, speaking of walking those tight ropes, the episode also, I mean, it's three very different stories, genres, tones, styles happening throughout it. We asked the director, Jonathan Frakes, you may have heard of him, how he handled that, and he referenced you to the writers as a guiding hand to letting him know what to keep his eye on through all the different stories. So how did you as the writers find that balance on the script?
I mean, what did he say?
He said you.
I would say him.
Did he say what we did? I thought it was him. Also, we were all up there operating without a net. Good to know.
Yeah.
He said specifically, like with La'an's storyline, you'd be like, don't forget, this is about La'an's journey. Be sure to get this look. Be sure to get this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if what he's referencing, Kat, is this idea that La'an herself is going through this new journey where she's trying to find some of the light in her life after all of her trauma, and that it is helpful to remember. I mean, God, no, I don't know. You have the script open. It's helpful to remember what brought her there. What brought her there in the first place. These silly little stories that really sort of inspired her to go on to be what she is, but also this idea that she's currently in the episode wrestling with these feelings that have started bubbling up for Spock. And what does that mean? And is she going to acknowledge them, or is she not going to acknowledge them? And is she suppressing them? So I think there is a little bit of like, what is the computer picking up on that? Am I getting this right, Kat?
I think so.
Please,
if I'm understanding the question,
if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So yeah, no, it's a little bit, it's the romance, but it's also her sort of finding this new version of herself and like testing it out. By also remembering where she came from.
Excellent. And we got to guess, this episode has to be full of some Easter eggs, some references, like the box fiasco that Amelia Moon solved that we get to hear about. What are some of the references?
Oh, the Fox fiasco? I mean, that's in a different Amelia Moon book. You're just going to have to read that one. I think it's book number 23, if I'm remembering.
I only made it up to 17, so.
There are hundreds there's so many Amelia Moon stories in our heads ready to come out. So.
There were reprints in 1987. There was a reprint in 2013. We'll find it for you.
I can't find the Kindle editions yet, so it's a little disappointing.
We got to work on getting those on ebooks,
But the the name?
There's no
the
Fox
posters?
fiasco.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But any Easter eggs you want to point out from everything?
The names we made up on the fly. All of
wow.
our original names did not clear legal, and so we some of them we didn't find out until I think we were actually on set when some were not clearing legal, and so this was like Dana and I in like basically like a closet of a room in the mansion we were shooting at, like just throwing names at each other, and figuring it out.
So there's some illegal scripts out there.
Ooh. Oh,
yeah, you know,
I'm sure. They're always there.
Exactly. No, I think it's a little bit like, I mean, obviously it's been talked about at length that like that Una's character is a sort of Lucille Ball reference, which we took a lot of the story. But I think intentionally we named her after Ida Lupino. Right, Kat?
Yeah, some of them do plays on other people's names,
and some of them just sounded good.
Yeah,
like Maxwell Saint. I don't know. He sounds like
that one was a later edition. Well, because originally, I don't know if I can say this part. This story at one point was set in the 90s, in the 1990s, and we had very different names because Dana and I have a deep love of 90s music together. And that was the only way I'm open to like a needle drop in Star Trek was if it's 90s music. And
man.
It was going to be the Wallflowers. We'll just say that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was going to be the Wallflowers. Who we both love. But so the names were very different when they were 90s names versus 60s names.
You had to have been planning some letters to Cleo Love in there for just to get
obviously.
Kay Hanley above. Yeah.
Obviously. Okay. Yes.
Well, so you got to play in the holodeck sandbox. How fun was that? Was there any like tropes you definitely wanted to hit, or tropes you're like, why did they never do this with the holodeck, or why did they do this with the holodeck? Like, what were your intentions when you tackled that part of the script?
Kat, I'm going to let you take the beginning of this.
This was long conversations in the room. I'm a canon person for Star Trek, and so it's also part of my job to watch the canon. And so it was a lot of talks about how the holodeck has been used before and how the holodeck might exist in this time period versus in the animated series versus in the future series. And so we wanted to keep it true to what we see essentially in Next Generation, Dixon Hill type things, as if it really was just a failed experiment right now and put in a lockbox, and then it's reopened, many years from now on the Enterprise. So we wanted to keep it, I think, pretty loyal to what we know of the holodeck without breaking canon.
I mean, for me, seeing La'an actually go into the holodeck to role play and then role play, which is something Picard would be like, I'm going to go role play, and then he just stands around in awe of everything. And then a lot of the video game lingo you put into it, which from our current standpoint, we're like, it's a big video game. Of course, they would say things like single player or leveling up.
Yeah, it was fun to see.
So thank you.
Yeah, it was. Because there was a conversation about like they are our future, so they would have our video game lingo more so than in the 80s and 90s. So there was a lot of, and I mean, look, there was a lot of conversation about real, like a holodeck canon technology in that Kat is referencing, but also like real AI and real technology that is happening, and how we get that blend of real Star Trek and also fun that serves the story.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There were times when we would pitch certain things, and Akiva was like, we can't have it be dumber than our current AI, even though sometimes like Star Trek technology is dumber than present day, and he was like, it needs to be smarter.
And sometimes our current AI is dumber than anyway.
Yeah.
I was hoping like a sixth finger would appear at one point, but
like, that's not how that arm attaches.
Yeah. And in dealing with that technology, we have Scotty and the start of the Scotty or her relationship for Strange New Worlds. It was a lot of fun. How did you approach that with the weight of who we know these characters become?
I don't know if we really, we approached it with who these characters are on our show, which is often, we always carry the, this is the Scotty before we know him as Scotty. This is Uhura before we know her as Uhura. But there are also existing characters on our show who have been thoughtfully presented and not created in the WGA terminology of creating characters, but created for the show lovingly by people who were here before us and our showrunners, or at least for Ahura, that they are their own versions of those characters. So it was really about not just the weight of these iconic characters and who they become, but who are they now? And what is their relationship going to be like on our show? And how much fun is that going to be? And how does that honor these characters that exist in Strange New Worlds?
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Some of our callers mentioned we all love the line, I'm pretty sure, "I'm a writer, I'm never happy about anything." Was that cathartic to write?
I mean, that's what I was going to name as my favorite line. So, yeah, it's always fun to poke fun of yourself. Like, I mean, that's why Hollywood loves telling stories about itself, because we love thinking we're awesome and we love poking fun of ourselves, and writers particularly like poking fun of themselves. I don't know. I had fun with that. What about you, Kat?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines as well.
Kat's like, no, I'm actually always happy.
And it is, clearly, as you can tell by the tone of my voice all the time, I'm a very happy person.
There was the, someone utters the line, "We're going to need a leg up." Was that actually written before Jonathan Frakes came on as director?
That we threw out as an improvised line after he came on as director.
Excellent.
Well, speaking of that, the outtakes, were they written at all, or were they all improvised? Jonathan made it sound like that was...
They were written.
It was a blend. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There was written, and then there was room to play. I think my second favorite line is, "Can someone fix this chair? I can't work like this."
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I don't remember if it was written, but
that was written. I wrote that one.
Chef's kiss, Kat. Chef's kiss. That was perfect.
And it was written for him to break the chair. I think everyone thought, a lot of people came to watch that, and a lot of people thought that was an accident that he broke, but the chair had to be rigged in order for it to be able to break.
Right.
So that was written.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we had a reference again. Spock had previously mentioned years ago a connection to Sherlock Holmes and Star Trek, as he probably couldn't have been referring to a fictional character. Did you put the Arthur Conan Doyle reference in as like a repair for that line, or was it just a fun callback to the previous reference?
That's the one I was going to call out as a line I like a lot. He says,
okay.
I've got it open on my screen. "Well, as my ancestor Arthur Conan Doyle would write, the game is afoot." Yeah, that was to... sometimes I look for ways to fix the canon a little bit. So that was one of those, because it is like, well, he couldn't actually be related to a fictional character. So let's just say it was Arthur Conan Doyle instead, on his mom's side.
On his
I mean, it would be even more impressive if it was his dad's side. It's like, whoa, hold on. Now we got to go back and explore this. Yeah.
Now, wait, you're actually pitching an amazing episode right now there, where we find out, because he doesn't specify, maybe it is on his dad's side. And in the future, there's an episode where Vulcans go back in time and
there's a reason Sarek has a type of woman, and it's a human.
That said,
I'm gonna write this down. I'll give you credit.
We are huge Amanda fans here on Open Pike Night, so we'll take all the Amanda we can get to.
Yes,
she's amazing.
Work her into every episode of season 5 is all we're saying.
Please.
You writers are so humble. I love how, like, Davey picked for 305 "Curiouser and Curiouser" as one of his favorite lines. I like how you're just picking lines that are actually lines written by age-old authors.
Oh, yeah. No, we love literature and we love movies and TV, and it's fun for us to hide things like that in scripts, and yeah, we're fans too. Like, so.
Oh, it's obvious.
It's gotta be fun.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of being fans, when they look back on this episode years and years later, what do you think is going to be remembered about this episode? What's going to be like the one line people say to remind people about this one?
Ooh.
There's a lot. I know.
I think that some fan is going to track me down and say, it doesn't make sense canonically that the holodeck would have existed on that time period. It just can't work. And then I'll have to sit down and be like, here's what I was thinking, how we can explain it.
She just takes out that whiteboard.
I have like a board. Yeah.
We thought it through.
Yeah.
There was a part of me that just wanted it all to be in 8-bit is all. Otherwise, everything the same. It's just,
PlayStation 2 graphics.
Low-res graphics, yeah.
The next holodeck episode. I think the bloopers are super fun. I think it was a great way to end the episode, and I hope people just remember Paul Wesley trying to step over that chair. I think it's great. I think he did a great job, and I think it's super fun.
Paul Wesley really brought it in this episode.
I mean, they all did. They all did.
Because there were some lines that were throwaway lines where he was like, "And who is this guy?" And he brought so much energy.
No, it was a dream to watch this cast do this. It was so much fun.
My favorite line is one of his, and it's when he's asked if he killed the guy, and he just goes, "Nope. Did you?" One, because of I did not do it justice. His performance is so smarmy and funny. It's so funny. But as a fan of The Last of Sheila, I also love when a mystery hides the answer in plain sight, which that line does.
That was on purpose.
Yep. Exactly. Oh, yeah, there's lots of that. Yeah. I mean, like as Kat said, and who is this guy? Like, it's there the entire time.
Yeah.
Should have been listening to Maxwell Saint.
Yeah, that scene was so great because Frakes, Jonathan, was like, his direction to Paul Wesley at the time, he was like, "I want you to play this scene as if you just really want to be having sex with both of them right now." And so it came, which was not in this. I mean, that was not in the script, but that was how Frakes interpreted it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's also great because I don't know how many people know this, that when you're watching television and somebody's wearing a leather jacket costume, it's extremely loud before it goes through all of the sound and it's a new jacket. It's not worn in and it's not Fonzie's jacket, but every time he leaves, because the couch was also leather. It was just and I was like, how is he acting through it? Just so professional, just so loud. It was so great.
But I feel like that's a grand Star Trek tradition, because they used to do that. Gowron would be wearing too much leather and he would turn in his chair and it was sure.
I hope the outtakes just have the original audio of that scene.
That's amazing.
And also, speaking of the costumes, I just want to give a shout out to Bernadette, our costume designer, who's amazing, incredible, and was just shined in this. I mean, she shines in every episode, but oh my God, talk about rising to the challenge. Everything she presented was beautiful and stunning, and everything was great, and our hair and makeup was amazing, and our cast was game. It was what a dream.
How is Amelia Moon's costume both frumpy and incredibly beautiful at the same time? I don't.
Well, and now have you all seen The Residence? I feel like she's wearing the same outfit, or is it Cordelia Cup in The Residence? It's so similar.
It's got a classic detective. It's a little bit Carmen Sandiego, who is sexy, but it's also taken serious. It's toned down Carmen Sandiego. It's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, you mentioned, I mean, if you can remember any kind of deleted scenes or outtakes or lines, you mentioned some Mbanga stuff who, we would have loved to have seen more of in this episode.
I could watch a whole episode about that character. I'm like, who is this guy?
Who is that guy?
I love his accent. I love what he's doing.
He had monologues. He had 2 monologues. Man. But for time.
Yeah, there were monologues. Yeah, it was just so much fun to just write stuff for these imaginary characters. It was fantastic. There was a running gag about Joni trying to find a cigarette. That was in every scene, but again, with time, so a little goes a long way, especially when you're just having a lot of fun shooting.
That came from Liza and Vicky, I think, right?
I think so.
Our amazing writer, our assistants in the room, are so
pitched that.
I think they pitched that cigarette gag.
It was a great gag. It
was a good gag.
Well, we are at the point where we do ask, do you have any one-word teases, non-spoilery, nothing specific, for season 4? Something that while we're sitting there watching an episode, we're going to be like, that's what they're talking about.
I know what I want to tease, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it subtly.
Right.
Oh, no.
It's kind of like a game of Taboo.
Mm-hmm. Can we charades it?
Yeah, right.
I mean, Kat, you know what I want to tease. I just can't figure out how to subtly do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good tease right there.
I know. It's almost...
You know what? It's not a one word and it's not a tease, but if I could tease it, it would be music, but it's not a musical. That doesn't make any sense at all. We should edit that out.
No,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Do you know what
Yes.
I'm talking about?
That's
I know what you're talking about.
That's about the level we're looking for. We don't we're not trying to figure stuff out. We don't like
Right.
spoilers.
Okay.
We just like
It's
the
not a
surprise of-
musical. They won't
No.
let me do another one of those yet. So I don't know. Anyway, sorry, Kat.
I've got one, and it's not this, but it evokes this. But I'll say Risa.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
That's smart. That's smart.
Evoking
Right.
Risa. Okay.
You know what? It's music, and specifically music and scales. Music scales. We'll go with
Okay.
that.
Music scales. I like
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
And do you feel you both have said your favorite line from the episode? You pointed those out. Did you have any others? Okay.
I think so. I still have the script open here.
Oh,
And
good.
there's so many. There's so many.
Kat, just start riffing. I'll remember something eventually. I loved the way everybody said Amelia Moon. I love the way Celia says Amelia Moon. I love the way everybody said it. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to hear. Just like hearing imaginary names becoming things that pop.
Oh man, I just got to the part in the script of all of Mbenga's deleted monologues.
Oh, would you like to perform them for us?
No.
No.
Aw.
Perform them.
Well, here's Babs right now, too.
Amazing. I hope he's in full costume.
Yeah.
Bring it all back.
Oh, and I feel like we need to shout out Rebecca's amazing choking performance.
Oh,
Yes.
Which
oh my God,
in the
it's so
script, that
incredible.
moment was very small.
Yeah.
And she did that.
Yeah.
She did not do it in rehearsal. So we did not
Nope.
know that that's
was
what we were going to
surprised.
get. And you guys didn't see the full extent of it. I mean, she was like
Oh my God.
stumbling around, grabbing onto plants. It really, it was
was-
Lucille Ball. Like her physical
Ah.
comedy was so funny. And Dana and I were in Video Village, like around the corner, like crying with Jonathan Frakes.
Like I was like, don't ruin the take. Don't ruin the take.
Yes.
Don't ruin the take. Don't laugh too loud. Don't laugh to me.
Like, we were
I'm
holding
saying,
each
don't
other.
laugh too- I was like, we're like shaking. She was the true commitment was incredible.
Yes.
It was incredible.
We are blessed with Rebecca's physical comedy. When
Yes,
we
are.
get to use it, it's magical.
Comedy chops is so good.
Would you do us the favor and read us the slug line from that scene when she dies in the script, how it's described?
Let me
Oh.
see.
If you had it open.
Let me see if I've got it
I
here.
think it's just like she chokes.
I think it is something like that.
and then falls to the ground. We have page count, guys. Page count.
This is what it says. Lupino starts to choke. The others watch as Una gasps for air and crashes to the ground. That's what it says in the script. She gave us something so much
But
better.
then that fainting satay came in. Oh, I mean,
Oh my
Jonathan,
God.
our set.
Jonathan Lee, yeah.
Jonathan Lee, who does our sets. Oh, I forgot to mention him before.
Oh, and
Like,
Justin.
just
Justin
stunning.
from
And
set,
Justin. They, again, just incredible. Like when Jonathan found this house, it was just like, oh, this is where we're going to kill everybody. This is great. Like, this is exactly what we wanted. The team is incredible. We're able to do so many different genres on this show because the whole team from top to bottom is game and capable and flexible and just, it's a dream. It's
Yes.
a true dream. Yeah.
When Justin Craig from Set Dressing, we brought him just pipe dreams. Like we were like, maybe a couch that's kind of like an S shape where there's a seat on each side. And he like vanished for a while and came back with that. And we're like, what? Like when we're just making stuff up, like just our dream decor. And he would just, I feel like he may actually be a sorcerer because I don't know how he got this stuff like out of our head and into this room.
True magic. Yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
it was insane.
None of it would have happened if there wasn't a great script for them to work from. So thank you again for a fantastic episode. We look forward to talking to you about as many of these episodes as we possibly can. We love Strange New Worlds, and we love that everybody who makes it loves Star Trek. So thank you both very much.
Well, thank you guys for having us. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
No.
Dana, is that Georgia barking?
Oh, that's Georgia barking. Yes, my dog is like, well, there is a person outside our house. I must alert everybody. Sorry.
No, you're
everybody
good.
Listening. It's my dog. She's like a 15-pound Chiweenie, so like
Aw.
she's extremely vicious but very loud.
Yeah, she's got to let everybody know.
She's very loud.